Welcome back to the React Room. I'm your boy Dom K. Got another Boracity Magazine city for you guys today. Hey, I've been pushing them out every other day. There's so much content, so much stuff to get through. I'm still so far behind. Today's video is trends BTS has created. I'm unfamiliar with the trends they created other than winning. All they do is win. Now, I do know they set that trend. Winning and topping the charts. That is the one trend that they do set. Winning and topping the charts and proving haters wrong. Those are their trends that I know. But obviously there's a lot more trends to go. So we're gonna check these out. Again, thank you everybody for coming back. Thank you for the support. Thank you for all the reactions. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. You guys have no idea how much that meant to me. Me and my team over here, we were gonna post videos the last 2 days, but we read so many comments and I got so many DM messages from everybody on Instagram at Dom and Amy No TV. You guys make sure you follow that channel and make sure you send me some more messages. But you guys are like, man, you should take a day off. You should take a day off, man. You've been pushing out so much stuff. And I'm like, man, I got a goal of 1 million subscribers. I can't really take days off. But I got at least 50 messages from everyone telling me like, no, take a day off or two, bro. You've earned it, blah, blah, blah. And then I talked to my mom, and then my mom was like, yo, all I want you to do is enjoy your birthday and take a day off besides your birthday. Just take like 2 days off, or just take a day off and then plan what you're gonna do next, and just don't record, don't have to stream, don't do any of that. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take everybody's advice. So I didn't post anything on my birthday, and I took yesterday off just to plan videos that I was gonna do for the day and come up with a full plan for new content, including a video essay about BTS that I'm gonna release Sunday. I'm not gonna tell you exactly what it's about, you're gonna see, but I'm gonna release that Sunday. My first video essay, I'm excited about that. I wanted to do a couple of more Boracity magazines, and I wanted to just look at some documentaries, more stuff that was coming out until some new music drop, you know how it is, and you know, still go back to some of the old music from time to time and give some other artists a chance. But you know, it's just been a lot of work, a lot of grind, a lot of constraints on what I can and can't do. But man, I just can't thank you guys enough for the birthday wishes, man. To take time in your day, even just to write happy birthday for a moment. You know, man, that means so much. It means so much to the channel. We over 7,700 subscribers now. We're growing every day. You know, we just grinding, and we appreciate you being here. We appreciate the support. We appreciate everything. And with that being said, I'm not gonna hold y'all anymore. I'll just tell you thank you again so much for me and the team. That being said, trends BTS has created.
Unlike other Korean groups, BTS lacked the resources and opportunities others had in the Korean music and entertainment industry. This is why they had to find ways of creating and spreading their own content. So naturally, there are some trends that BTS has accidentally created or helped popularize. So in this video, I'm going to rank some of them. But before, I want to highlight that I'm not saying that BTS invented all of the following things, just that they made them trends. I repeat, BTS did not invent all of these things, they just popularized them. So please watch the full video with my explanations before commenting. Also, a special thank you to Mega, who let me add some things from her Twitter thread. Number 11, popularizing big performances. I came across a tweet that said that BTS popularized putting 30, 50, or even 100 people on stage. By the channel Heyday, Korean dancers said that BTS were the ones who started to have lots of dancers and that it became a hot topic when they did it.
근데 저렇게 진짜 댄서 많이 쓰기 시작한 게 방탄이 아마 시작일 거야. 엄청 이슈였어.
So I don't know if other groups had hundreds of backup dancers before, but the fact that BTS became a hot topic in the Korean dancing community when they did it shows that they at least helped popularize it in the country. Number 10, the Tiny Sevens on Twitter. I want to clarify that ARMYs did not invent this, we just made it a trend. Although this had already been done before, it was in 2020 when media outlets and non-fans started noticing that a lot of Twitter accounts included a small 7 after their names. This was a way of celebrating and promoting the release of Map of the Soul 7, as well as their 7th anniversary. But the number 7 is so important to BTS that we never stopped using it. Since it also represents the 7 members, this important album in BTS's career, BTS breaking the 7-year K-pop curse, as well as good luck.
Also, 7 like means of very good luck, like right? Yeah, like jackpot.
Lucky number
Yeah,
7.
lucky number 7.
And I say that this really became a trend when armies started doing it because it was the first time it was actually noticeable. Around that time, there were a lot of articles explaining the trend to locals who googled, "What does the tiny 7 on Twitter mean?" This had such a big impact that many famous verified accounts joined the trend, such as Paper Magazine, Mason Ramsey, DJ Swivel, The Tonight Show, and The Late Late Show. Nowadays, it's extremely common for other fandoms to include a symbol that represents their favorite artist when they have a comeback. And I've also seen fans of movies, series, and YouTubers doing the same. Number 9, reacting to their own music videos. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I really couldn't find any other artist that released reactions to their own music videos before BTS. So even if someone did it before, their impact was not as big as BTS's because since they did it, it became a common thing in K-pop and now everyone does it. Number 8, unboxing their...
That's true. When I first started watching this, the only thing that I would ever see pop up, even before this, was like BTS's reaction to their own videos. I was like, bro, I remember seeing that a while ago. It's like, who reacts to their own videos? But then I watched it and I was like, okay. When I started getting into BTS, I was like, okay, cool. That makes sense. You would watch your own videos, laugh at yourself, see what's going on. And now if you go to that, you see everybody doing it. I think Stray Kids do it, Blackpink did it. I think every group does it. Matter of fact, I think it's a requirement now. If you put a video, you have to react to it. I was never even seen K-pop people react to anything, let alone their own music videos. So yeah, I definitely know that for a fact.
Their own albums.
처음부터 자, 여기 그다음에 여기 CD가
And the same goes with singers who do unboxing videos of their own albums. Suga has been doing unboxing and reviews since BTS's first album in 2013. And then all the guys from BTS started doing the same. I really couldn't find other artists that did this before BTS. But the fact that now it's expected for K-pop acts to do this type of video shows that BTS at least started the trend. Number 7, giving their fandoms a matching logo.
Beyond the same. BTS.
It was always pretty common for singers to give their fandoms a name. However, BTS were the first to give their fandom a logo, and not any logo, but a matching fandom logo in 2017. Since then, other groups have also given logos to their fandoms, and some of them also match their group logos. Number 6, releasing music on Fridays.
Here in the United States, artists put out singles, 1 single, 2 single, 3 single, before the record drops. In South Korea, you don't do that.
For years, Korean artists have released their songs and albums on Mondays, since the tracking week for Korean music shows begins on this day and ends on Sundays. However, since BTS saw a real opportunity for success in the West, they've been releasing their music on Fridays, because the Billboard charts tracking week begins on Fridays and ends on Thursdays. So releasing music on Fridays will make the artists lose points in Korean charts, since only 3 days are being counted instead of the full 7. However, BTS are the only ones that could release on Fridays and still accumulate enough points to sweep the entire following week on music shows, with only 3 days of tracking, as we've seen on music shows for the past years. So, since they started doing this, other Korean singers began doing the same, risking their first wins on Korean music shows and prioritizing their small chance in the Billboard chart.
Why they gotta copy everything they do? I get some of the trends, but this is why, and I'm gonna be real with y'all, give y'all a little spoiler. This is somewhat of what my video essay is about that's gonna release Sunday, about how the success BTS has in the West. That's all I'm gonna say, but bro, I get it. You gotta copy winners. When you winning this much, you gotta copy.
Number 5, Halloween dance practices. Dance practice videos have always been a common thing in K-pop. However, BTS were the first ones to release Halloween-themed dance practices. Sadly, they stopped this tradition, but the trend is still alive, since now it's a very common thing in K-pop. I want to quickly mention that the most recent Halloween content we had was this, and it's so funny, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Anyways, number 4, Twitter accounts.
정국이 생일 축하해요. 네, 정말 생일 축하해요.
BTS were the first Korean artists to be extremely active on social media, even before their debut. This was their only way of promoting themselves, since their label did not have the resources to promote them the traditional way, which was on TV. This was around a time when interactions between K-pop acts and fans were heavily restricted and moderated by their companies. So BTS were the first ones to have real open communication via social media, especially on Twitter. This is why in 2017, BTS were nominated and got their first big American award, the Top Social Artist at the Billboard Music Awards. Only days after they got the award, many K-pop groups opened Twitter accounts and started releasing content similar to BTS's. Thanks to BTS, being active on social media is now a must in K-pop. Number 3, having their own YouTube channel.
They copy everything, man. I get it. It's better for your career. It's better for social engagement. It's just smarter. But it's just like, how can you not like people but then copy everything they do? How can these labels try to sue them for saying they did something wrong, and then your label wants to copy everything they do? You're releasing music how they release it. You're going to social media how they go to. You're putting dancers how they put dancers. You're shooting videos how they're shooting videos. You're stealing their sounds. You're stealing their choreography. You're stealing their colors. Man, you can't make this up, man. You can't make it up. It's the best form of flattery. Copy is the best form of flattery.
Nowadays, it's almost impossible for a group to debut without a YouTube channel that includes casual content, such as vlogs, behind the scenes, and other videos similar to BTS's Bangtan Bombs and Bangtan episodes. But it was not always like this. BTS have been releasing this type of casual behind the scenes content on their YouTube channel since pre-debut. But it was only after BTS started gaining significant worldwide popularity that other groups started their own YouTube channels. And I really don't think it's a coincidence that all of these groups started their YouTube content on November of 2017. After they won their first Billboard Music Awards, there were groups that first created their YouTube channels, groups that revived their abandoned YouTube channels, and groups that rebranded their YouTube channels to include more personal content and not only music videos and performances. Of course, I'm not saying that BTS invented having YouTube channels or releasing casual, more personal content. I actually found a couple of others that did the same, but none of them to the extent of BTS or as successful as them, proving that it was at least an inspiration to these other groups to do the same. Number 2, popularizing BeLive.
이번에서 뭐하게 자꾸 왜 자꾸 멈춰? 재미로 하는 거지.
Naver, the Google of Korea, launched their live video streaming service BeLive, also known as V-App, in 2015. The website had a couple of groups active since its release, but BTS were the ones who started gaining massive worldwide success around this time. Therefore, they were the ones that brought the most international traffic to the app. Nowadays, almost every K-pop artist uses this website, which now has 1,450 K-pop channels. And a fun fact, BTS's company HYBE has now bought BeLive, so it's not under Naver anymore, it's under Wever's company. But the app did not only become popular because BTS had live streams here. Since BTS were known for releasing more personal and casual content, BeLive saw a significant growth when they decided to release their own shows on the app. This is why number 1 is making their own online variety shows. The biggest type of content BTS has created is making their own online variety shows. Before them, there were a couple of K-pop groups that had their own variety shows, but all of them were filmed and broadcasted by Korean broadcasting stations. And again, since BTS came from a very small company, they were not invited to pre-existing variety shows, and having a TV network to produce their own was even harder than being invited to one. This is why they created Run BTS, their own variety show available only online, and also the first first variety show ever to not be affiliated to pre-existing broadcasting stations. Run BTS was filmed by their own staff and posted on BeLive for free, and their other show, Bon Voyage, was posted on the premium version of BeLive. And like I just mentioned, this show's popularity guaranteed the success of the app. Now, almost every Korean group has their own variety show with similar content to the one of Run BTS. The majority of them are easily accessible on YouTube or BeLive. And of course, since BTS became the biggest group in the world, they began to be invited to every variety show. And broadcasting stations are more than happy to premiere their other shows, such as In the Soup on cable TV. And get ready because Run BTS is coming back soon and we are getting lots of fun moments.
Okay. I agree with most of the trends. Again, it's crazy that she has to always say, I'm not saying they invented it because she doesn't want other fandoms and other people to, come to the page and attack and try to make believe all this stuff that she didn't say. The bottom line is she was correct in most of the things she say. If I'm doing something and no one's doing it, and then after I do it, everybody starts doing it, then yeah, I made it popular. If people abandon their Twitter channels and then I start blowing up on my Twitter channel and they all go run back to it, they copy me. They always copy BTS. Everyone out there copies BTS. I see it all of the time. And again, it's nothing wrong. As I told you, it's the biggest form of flattery. Copy is the biggest form of flattery. Again, I agree with most of the trends she say. And like I said, man, like if it's not true, then why did you do it right after they do it? Why don't you set trends? So again, that's just my opinion on it. So you guys tell me in the comments, what do you think about trends BTS has created? Do you think everybody in the K-pop industry copies BTS? And if they do, why do you think they copy BTS? Is it because they're chasing their success? Is it because they want more fans? Or is it because they're just trying to grow? I think it's a little bit of everything. But again, I could be wrong. You guys tell me what you think. I want to hear your thoughts. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Always with love. Peace.